Hi, I'm Camila Zarta, and I will talk in this video about the body language. Um, I select this item because I think that body language is the most pure and honest way to communicate with others. I think that it's more than the the language of the words of just speaking, and I think that that's not what the most people think. The most people think that it's the truth. It's just what people is saying, and that's it. But that's not the whole truth. There are different ways to communicate, and one of those is the body language. And it's a fact that it's more honest because it's unconscious, and because when it's so difficult to lie about it, because when you are saying, you can think what you are saying and you can modify it, but with the body language it's just what it is. It is what you feel, what you are doing, and that's why it's more honest, and that's why I love it. There is a huge world when we talk about body language, because there are different ways to understand it. There are a lot of people that have made had made research about it. There are scientists, there are artists, there are dancers, there are psychologists that study the body language. So it's very complete what we can find about it. So while we are speaking about body language, we can talk about the gestures that are little movements that you do with your body. So we can talk like just move your shoulders, or just a little bit of a little move of the hand, or just the eyes or the mouth. It's just little movements that are important to notice things that people want to say. So if you are talking straight with the person, you can be more direct than if you are like doing this with the eyes. That will be more indirect. That something that I will explain later. Also, we can say about the body language, the way that you interact with others in the space. So if you are talking with your mom, I think that will not be at the same distance when you are talking with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or the same way that you are talking with your teacher, because in the space the relation can say a lot about how you feel with the other person, and it's not bad or good. It's just a way to know how the people interact with each other, and how the relationship is. So I will talk. This is like the huge way to know about the big picture of the body language. But I want to talk to you. I want to tell you more about one specific person that study a lot the movement. That his name is Rudolf Laban. Rudolf Laban was born in 1979. He was born in Bratislava, that was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire when it was the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He talked about a lot of things, but one of the things he says was about the efforts of the people when they are not just like moving, but not just physical move, also like a psychological move. Like there is a kinesphera like out, but also a kinesphera in your body. So he talked about 4 efforts. One of those is the flow. The flow can be bound or free. That it's more like in the body, because you can be a free person. That you can relate if we can go to the cliché stuff with like the hippie people that are like always not contained. They are like free with the persons, or you can be bound. That's more like contract. And if we go again with the clichés, it's like a person like an engineer, that it's more straight and have it ways to go. Okay, and another effort is weight, that doesn't depend in the pounds. It doesn't depend if the person it's more heavy or not. It depends more in I think of presence. So you can have a light or a strong weight, and you can notice that in the person, and you can read a lot about it. So if the person it's down, and it's a thin person, but it's down like in the air. It's a heavy person, but also it can be a big person, have a light weight, that it's more like in the earth. And you can say if the person is tired, or if it isn't tired, like looking about the weight. There is also the time in the efforts, that you can be subtle or you can be sustained. It's the people that are like they need to go to a way, and they are running about the time, and they are always like saying the things like sudden. Or you can also see like these yoga teachers that are sustained in the space, and they have a lot of, they're saying the same things in the same way, and that says a lot about if the person is calm, or if it is running like in and out of the body. And at last but not least is the space, that you can be flexible or direct. And this is more about if you can't talk with a person, just looking through the eyes and saying the things that you want to say. You are a direct person, and that says a lot about the attitude. Or you can also floating in the space and looking for another answers, and you can say that it's not a person that it's sure about what they are saying. Okay, I think that all this stuff that Laban says was out of the line of that moment of that time, because the dancers, he was a dancer, but more passionate about the movement than the dance, and in that moment the dancers were thinking about the lines and the technique, and he was not. So it was out of the line of the time, and I think that it's so important to notice that now, for the relationship with others. And if you want to know if you want to be a direct or a flexible person, if you look tired or not, like it's a lot of the skills that you can have to interact with others and to read others. That's why I think that it's so important learning about the body language. So thank you for watching, and I will leave you with a little video of a Laban class. Goodbye.